This is our second imagination exercise. In this exercise, we're going to call up a biblical scene, and then by imagining the feel of the place and how it reacts to all five of our senses, we're going to put ourselves in the middle of this scene. And in doing so, we're going to draw closer to God and learn how to focus more upon His Word. In a moment, we're going to be taking a trip back in time. Before we leave, though, we must prepare. In order to do this, we must disattach ourselves from the world around us, to slow down our thoughts. We do this by learning to take slow, measured breaths. Breathe in and count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold our breath a moment and breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Now let's go back to the time of Jesus. Imagine that you are one of the disciples, and that you are on a fishing boat in the middle of the Sea of Galilee. It has been a calm, placid morning. In fact, it has been one of the most beautiful mornings that you have ever seen. But what started out as a beautiful day became dreadful. Clouds came down from the valley of the winds to the east. Soon the sea turned from calm to ugly. It was a terrible storm. You felt the salt spraying on your face. You tasted it on your tongue. The cold spray stung at your face like ice picks on the howling wind. Your stomach turns somersaults as your little craft is hit by savage waves as tall as trees. You question whether you will ever see land again. The men in the little boat with you are screaming with fear. All of them are afraid, even the experienced fishermen. Everyone, that is, except one man. Jesus is with you. He is sleeping in the stern of the ship. Everyone wonders at his calm. Why does he sleep when you are in such peril? Why doesn't he at least just open up his eyes? You plead with him. You urge him. You say, "Master, don't you even care if we all drown?" Why does the Son of God remain asleep in the middle of the storm? Finally, when Jesus is rested, he awakens and stands up in the boat. He says, "Peace, be still," and the storm stops. Then it is Jesus' turn to ask a question. He asks them, "Where is your faith?" How can they answer? How would you answer? When we are faced with hard times in our work, in our families, or in our personal life, do we demand answers like the disciples did in that boat? Or do we think that by our anxious pleadings we are helping to solve the problems of the world? Or have we learned to be like Jesus, to rely upon the power and grace of God, and know that He is the one who saves us, and not ourselves? Do we seek to get busy, or do we seek Him? Have we learned to rest in the calmness of God's assurance and to turn to Him when we have a problem? As we come to God in prayer, we must come with the calmness of Christ, trusting our Father to lead us through the storm. Lord, my heart is not haughty, nor my eyes lofty, nor do I concern myself with great matters, or with things too wonderful for me. But I have calmed and quieted my soul. Psalm 131. Be anxious over nothing, but in everything, with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, make your requests known before God. Philippians 4:6. This concludes our imagination exercise.